What up, guys? This weekend I think my kit came in, the Altman Easy Latch Kit for 52 to 54 pickup truck came in. I did already open it just to get the invoice out of there to put it with my records. I will open it up here and we'll lay it all out and start figuring out our plan of attack on this one, because I know from what I'm seeing or whatever, I got to take like windows out, track out to get this all set up. I'm hoping this will fix my hard door shutting issue, because you know you got to kind of, the latches are, I didn't buy brand new latches on the truck when I bought all my other parts, because I was kind of on the fence about picking this kit up and using this. I did buy an inexpensive bear claw latch kit, but for the push button that these are, I would have to make a Marriott of bracketry off those things to actually work with it. So I'll have them. I put them away with various other parts that I bought and not used. So I put those away, and now let's open up this box and then we'll see what we got going on in here and lay it all out. Okay, here we go. So it's got 2 rods. Templates, instructions, very nice. That's it. So obviously this is for push buttons, you know, clips in and then it pushes and it opens it up. There we go. That, and then bam. And this is for, I'm sure, the inside rod. I will be painting these. They're just regular steel, so I will be painting these orange once I get them all figured out and set in place. Then I'll take it back apart, paint them, and then put them back in. And there's the plates for the strikers, which is in this bag. These are all CNC'd, and then there's the little striker plate for the striker, but of course it doesn't go through the hole, and the hole isn't tapped, so I'm gonna have to drill that out automatically. I already know that. Alright, let's start looking at what we need to do to get this going. I decided to read through the instructions, and these door locks or these door kits, you are not able to lock the door from the handle inside. You know, like on these old trucks, you know, one way is opening up the door, the other way, if you push it all the way down, it kind of locks the doors. So with this kit, it does not allow you to lock the door with the handle. Just thought I'd let everyone know. It does say to use electric lock actuators, or fabricate your own lock rods. So these are the original door handles. I do have the original ignition cylinder in this, and I had a key made for the ignition cylinder because I didn't have a key when I got the truck. So I took it in, I spent 40 bucks, and the guy actually made me keys that will work in the door lock, the ignition, and the glove box. So it was one key for all the locks. So I guess after I get this all installed, I got to figure out how, basically it's the passenger side, because the passenger side doesn't have, the passenger side lock, key lock, I now put on the driver's side. So basically I just switched the handles around. So on the driver's side now, I have the key lock and the passenger side does not. So the only way to lock the passenger side would be from the inside with the latch. So just, you fix one thing and you find out you got to fix more things. So I mean, am I worried about anyone jumping in this thing and stealing it? No, not so much. But still, it's nice to be able to lock your stuff. If you know, you go to a car show or something like that, you know, these things are pretty easy to hot wire, so to speak, unless you have kill switch and key fob and all that stuff. So anyway, so I just want to let you know that this kit will not allow you to lock the door from the handle like originally it had intended. But overall, it definitely says, the first thing it says, this kit is designed to be installed by someone with a fair amount of mechanical aptitude. So seek help of a professional if feeling uncomfortable with cutting your door. Okay? So let's, it does say I had to remove everything from the door, you know, everything. So let me start tearing all that down. I'm going to do one side on camera, and then I'll probably do the other side off camera. So yeah, here we go. Let's get into this. So I've got this all apart. I cut out the template, and it says back here the template, this part has to match up with this. So I'm gonna put it on and trace it out, and I guess start cutting. Just running a little file just to clean up that sharp edge. Let me move the camera over here so we can get a good shot right there, hopefully. So there's the hole. I saved the piece just in case. These aren't marked left and right, but should go something like that. So now we got to put this piece there. So the instructions say to knock off that little bump off the window track. So I just knocked it off. Okay guys, so let me swing you around and get you close-ups here. Okay, so put the template in. This is for the strap to go through from here in here. This hole they say to mark with a full inch. These are 1/4 inch holes right there and there. And this one right here, there's like an extra piece of material in there. So I had to use the vice grips just to hold it so when I drill through it just wouldn't spring out. Alright guys, so I'm going through and I'm separating all the hardware all out. And you know, we have a problem with the hardware. So these are the striker pieces. Anyone see a difference there? Yep. So there are two different thread pitches. One's fine and one's like a 1/2 inch by 16. And I think this is like a lot smaller. We'll say. So they give you two nuts for it. One of the nuts works for the smaller one, and then this one, yeah, that's not even close. So I don't know, for $408 you would think they would get that right. It's a little upsetting. Yep. Am I gonna call and complain? Probably not. So what I gotta do is I gotta find a bolt that's that size. But the biggest problem is that the height difference. See that? It's probably about an 1/8, a little over, yeah, an 1/8 or 3/16 difference in the height from the standards off. I don't know if that makes a difference, but we'll find out. I think this is a 3/8 by 16. So I do have a nut for it. It is 3/8 by 16, whereas this one, yeah. Well, anyway, so they're different. I am hoping that this won't stick out so far that I'll have a problem with the door. If I do, then I will figure that out as I go.
Okay guys, so I had to open up this hole that way more to match up with the rod. These ones had to be opened up a little bit more. Instead of 1/4 inch like they say, I had to go the next step up to get the bolts in and out. Yeah. So let's test fit it and see how it goes. So they say up here in the smaller, up here should be the 1/2 inch bolt. It's very hard to get to, like trying to put it on with the handle. So I just took a piece of tape, put that on there. I'm going to try to slide it in there and then start it, hopefully, with a little lock washer. That's if I can get to this. Let me get that set up first. This has to be trimmed out. Alright guys, so I had to take it all back apart to get that arm on. They don't give you much room back there to get a Phillips head and all that. They show it going this way. So you would put the wrench on the back. I don't know, I think it would hit the bar. So I'm doing it this way. Hopefully it'll work. I got this little guy right here on the back. And then this. Tighten it up here. And I gotta mark that. Now, and also, I can't afford to lose any bolts down because I don't have an access panel anymore on the bottom. So I have to kind of fish. Luckily, so far, knock on wood here, that I haven't dropped anything down. So this bottom bolt right here, how the arm is, it'll hit the bolt. We'll finish grinding this piece off. Some modification required. Okay, so I had to take the top off from this, the latch. I'm only holding it with 2 bolts. It'll be fine, but when you lock it, you go that way and it unlocks ever so slightly. I'll go with that. And if you want it this way, like that. However, you see fit. Yeah, I'll probably do it that way, just like I had it before. I did not change it back down to here. It's already a lot of modifications going on here to get this all together. So yeah, let's try to get these 2 bolts going on right here, here and here. Get that one in, and then we'll start working on the striker plate. Okay guys, so this bolt right here, the ones they give you are too long, and it hits the back side of the latch itself, and the latch itself blocks you from putting any kind of bolt in there. So this should have been brought down lower, I feel. This one right here, it actually strikes, if I put the bolt in it with the nut, it hits the latch, so it makes it unopenable with that one in there. So yeah, this one should have been brought up, I don't know, somewhere not here, because it actually goes right through there. So you can see it goes down to about here. So right behind there is the actual arm. This one I'm not too worried about. I can drill a new hole, put it up here, put it back here, and we'll be fine without hitting. But this one is a problem, because you can't get a bolt on it because one, the bolt is too long, so you can't get a nut on the back side. So this is the first side I'm doing, so now I know what I need to do to the next one, and I'll show you on that. So I put the driver's side one together so I can show you what I'm talking about. So right there, right here, is where the bolt goes in to attach to the door. So they say up here you're supposed to use the smaller one. Whoops. This one that goes through here, so the handle doesn't hit when it opens, right? So this one right here goes right there. But you see that? It bottoms out just like that. So that's no good. So anything short from trying to notch out this piece right here out so you can get something on there. Yeah, so I got to figure that one out. So give me a little bit and let me figure that out. Okay guys, so I took the passenger side back off, and so I'm trying to see where it needs to go to clear. See? So I've got to, I'm just gonna notch this out. I mean, I can't use the bolt or anything how they're intended, because it sticks out too far. See that? And the bolts they give you for up here, the short ones, I've only got 2. And when you do the mechanism, this part doesn't move, the one I have to notch. So it's just like, so I'll just notch that bottom out and then go from there. think I just voided the warranty, but you know what? Now I can get a nut and bolt on there, or nut and lock washer like I'm supposed to, at least according to the instructions. And yeah. All right, let's put this back together again. Check it out again. Okay guys, so with that back latch notched out, that went in no problem. That one, got that one. This one right here, I haven't put in yet. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna get that bolt. I think I'm gonna need a shorter bolt for that. But, so right now, lock position works that way. And then by the button, so that's all set. So now let's work on the bear claw side, or on the striker side. It did come with two different strikers. The diameter looks the same. So we'll see how that goes. So let's get into the striker side. Okay guys, so it does go like this. This is in the lowest, well, the only position I can put it in. That. So even though they give you all that room for adjustment, the bolt actually hits back there. See that? So let me shut this door here and see if I can mark it, line it up, see if I can get it to shut. So I don't have any of this really tight or anything right now. I'm just checking to see where it needs to be. So it looks like, looking at it, the striker plate the striker needs to come down like a good inch. Alright, let me adjust this around and then see where we got. So just give me a little bit. Alright guys, so I have to move the truck to do my kids' brakes. So as you can see, it's in park. I never really showed you this part after I got the shifter cable in. So there it is right there. So you push it, bring it to you, and down one, puts me in reverse. And then down, neutral, down, drive. Right? And then up, neutral, neutral, over, up, reverse, reverse, and then back into park. I like how it feels. It's really awesome. The height, I was a little worried about the height being 23 inches, but I like the height of it. Yeah, won't come out of gear, so works for me. So now let me get back to that door. Alright guys, so what I had to do, I went to put this back together, and I had to notch my interior piece for right here, because my interior piece comes too close, so when I open up the door, the striker actually catches on it. So there it is. I did end up cutting the top off of this for the 3. I've only got 2 holding it. I just left it running across like it normally would, instead of like, I guess you can take like this regulator and swap it to the driver's side, take that one, swap it over to this side, and then it'll run down inside here. But I got it to work like this. Few modifications that I will do for the other side now that I've done one. So let me show you what I'm doing here. Oh, and I took the seal off, that big bulky seal. So I've got to figure out what I'm going to put in its place. I got to clean all this up somehow without having to basically repaint the door jamb. But yeah, but it shuts like perfect. My body line lines up here. Oops, sorry about my finger. Body line's up here. We've got a good gap. good gap for what it is. You know guys how much I've struggled on these doors, especially this passenger side. So yeah, and that's it. I'll go with that. So let me show you what I had to do here with the interior panel. So I had to notch it out here, and now I got to glue it back up like that. I know I've already got to do it on the driver's side, obviously, so I'm prepared for that. I had to run and grab some more Super 77 because I didn't have any more left. So yep, so let me glue that back. I'll put that side all back together, and then we'll get going on the driver's side. So a little bit before, I'll probably remove the seal off this side too, because you know I want them both to match. But this one, it doesn't want to shut all the way anymore. So yeah, so here we go. Okay guys, so it's day 2 on the install. I guess it's basically 1 day per door, at least for me. Once I figure out all the modifications that needed to be done on the passenger side, now I can go ahead and do the driver's side. So I know first off, I have to open this up. I gotta take that much out so the bolt can go through. I know that one's number 1. For this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this out, and then I'm going to go over, start disassembling the driver's side door, and then we'll go with that. It should be pretty straightforward, just like the other side, so I already know what's going on, so it should go pretty quick. I was thinking about welding these plates in and then redoing the door jambs, but you know, it's working, so I'm just gonna leave them. I painted this this piece on the passenger side, the gunmetal color that matches the interior pieces that I painted. The striker plate is going to be, that guy right here is also going to be gunmetal, I think, or maybe orange. I don't know, the orange would probably let it kind of disappear a little bit. So I'm still on the fence on that one. But for now, let's get this all cut up, get the door all apart, and then let's start doing the template and taking care of that. So I did move the truck off the lift. Yesterday I had to do brakes for my kid's truck, Rogue, and then I showed you how the gear shifter works. So now that it's off the lift, I don't have a post in the way, so I can open up the door wide open and maybe get some better video footage for you. So if this side gets better video footage than the passenger side, then I'll just put up the driver's side. I'm going to trim that top piece off, so I'll just do it now. Okay, so I'll give you the rundown here real quick. There's a little bump inside that window track. They tell you to smooth it off. This is the hole that you line up your plate with, and then you mark them here, here, and here. This they say to drill out to 1 inch That's your attachment point for your arm. And then this is the template for the arm sweep to go in. So I've got that all set. Just like that. So what I'll do is I'm going to paint this real quick with my gunmetal, and then we'll start putting all this side together, and then we'll start working on the striker. So our plate is dry, so let's start piecing this together. So with this top bolt here, you use the smaller, the half-inch one instead of the longer one. So this one's pretty tricky because you have to come in from the door handle side. So what I do is I just take a piece of tape, put it on the back side, and then stick the nut to the tape. And as I feed this through, I'll thread it at the same time. Just like that. And then the other bear is this bottom one right here. You kind of have to do the same thing. You kind of have to feel your way in there, and then yeah, just kind of hope for the best. Don't drop the bolt down in there. If you do drop the bolt down in there, most of you guys will probably have an access panel on the bottom, so you can reach down in there and get it. I do not have access panels in the bottom. I blocked mine off because it was so bad back underneath here that I had to remake new pieces, so I just closed it in. I do have a hole right here for my divider bar for the wing window that I could get into if I drop it, but hopefully we're not going to drop it, so let's do this. They didn't drop it. Let's make sure everything works. Alright, so now let's put the regulator back in. So now let's test it. And there it is. Way easier than the passenger side, which took me all day. And this took roughly about an hour and a half. But once you know how it all goes, once you know, you can't unknow. So there it is. So now let's do the striker. Let's get the striker side all set up. And in the kit, they did give me 2 different strikers, thread size, and I used the bigger one on the passenger side because I think that one's the oddball because it didn't fit the actual striker plate. I had to drill out the hole. So now I've got the smaller one. Let me set it up in here and see how it goes, and we'll go from there. I already did peel off that rubber thing. I've got an idea of what I'm going to do here. When I shut it on that side, even without this rubber piece in, it's completely sealed. I see no daylight coming out of the back. Luckily I did put in these windlaces, but I think I'm going to put something along the cab, like right along that edge there where this would normally sit, but I'm going to have it here. And it's only like I think like a 3/8, no, I'm sorry, not 3/8, it's a 3/16 inch thick, just a little bit. I don't need a lot, and that door shuts it. The best it's ever shut, ever. So yeah, so let's get the striker set up, and then we'll go from there. Be right back. All right, guys. So after a little bit, this hinge is not necessarily warped, but it's got some slop in it. But I got it. So yeah, there it is. Can't go wrong with that. So that finishes up that side. Now I just have to put the interior all back together there, and then finish this project up. So I decided to paint the striker plates orange to try to make them disappear a little bit. But let me show you. So I did get in the low car shift boot. I put it in, but unfortunately it doesn't go all the way up to here. It's just too tight right there. So when I ordered this, you know, universal shift boot, blah blah blah, but then when I got it in, it said that it's not made for floor mounted shifters. So yep, I could either build a riser to bring this up to about here maybe, but you know what, right now it's fine. I may just tape this part off and then just paint this black so it kind of flows up into it. And then I want to show you this stuff that I did here, just with stuff that I had on hand. So this guy right here is the rubber. This is what it is. It's the rubber sweep for the inside of the doors right along here. So it just fit perfect, and it covers up the edge of where I made that interior piece. And then these guys right here, this if I remember correctly was the piece that I think was supposed to go here. I'm not sure, but I put it here to cover the edge of the carpet up to the corner, and then this piece right here, which is this piece of weather stripping. So at work, they throw away a lot of stuff, and one of them being a tonneau cover for a Ford. So, you know, a hard cover. So this piece right here was along the perimeter of the tonneau cover along the front. So I guess when you shut the tonneau cover, it kind of creates a seal. So I just figured it was awesome here. I just drilled 1/4 inch holes for the little Christmas tree push pins and put it right in. Sometimes it's just about using what you got, and that's the stuff that I have. So as soon as those pieces dry up, I'll put them in, and then we'll start talking about all this stuff. Alright guys, so I got them all painted up right there. Yeah, they look a lot better painted. Just kind of loses itself. I like that. And then these ones are painted gunmetal. Perfect. Alright guys, that's going to wrap it up for this Labor Day weekend. Modifications to the Altman door latches. For the price, I thought maybe they could have been a little better, but ultimately they work well. I'm no longer worried about the sketchiness of the doors popping open or whatever like that. And as I've been saying throughout the video, you guys know I've been fighting with these doors since pretty much I got the cab on the frame. So yeah, overall they're not bad. A couple little modifications here and there. The one took all day Saturday to do, the passenger side. The driver's side one today took about 2 hours to get it all set, and then another couple hours to play around with that hinge to get the door shutting in line of where I wanted to. Of course, switch those out. I create more work for myself because I took all the rubber seal stuff all the way from around the door off, and now I got to clean all that black weather stripping stuff off, which looks like it's going to be kind of a bear to get off, to the point where I may have to repaint the door jambs, you know, the doors themselves on the inside after I peel all that stuff off. And then I've got I think a solution to, because the doors are tight up against the body, and with that inside cab windlace seal that I put on, you don't see any daylight, you know, coming through. But I still want a little something on the door itself. And I have these stuff, it's about 3/16 inch, maybe 3/16 inch thick, like a foam rubber stripping, weather stripping that I used up underneath the hood, along the top, those little black pieces. I've got enough to try one door. If it works out well, then I'll do the other door. So anyway, so that's gonna wrap it up. I hope you guys learned a little something, or at least a different way to do these things on this 54, so 52 to 54 Altman latches, whether it be Chevy, GM, whatever. They're still the same. So yeah, hit like, share, subscribe, all that other fun stuff they tell you to do, and yeah, go out and build something cool. I'll talk to you later. Bye.